Alright guys, welcome back to another 76 Grand Cross video guys. The hype is real. We are 1 day away from the reveal of Tristan finally coming towards 76 Grand Cross. Fortnite Tristan in more particular, right? We don't really care about the kid one. But man, can't wait. Waited long enough. It's been over a year since we got Lancelot. Should have happened sooner, but I'm glad they saved him a little bit for this spot because this is like one of the hypest spots of the year. Hopefully, that, like I said last video, that means we don't have to wait one more year for Gawain, because to a little freak out a little bit, guys. If you're not reading Fortnite Apocalypse, don't worry, I'm not spoiling it. But the latest chapter, crazy. The leaks, right? I haven't actually read the context yet, but oh my god. I can't wait to read it today, bro. It's going to be insane. But let's talk about the stuff coming to Grand Cross, right? We have quite a lot of news to talk about before they reveal tomorrow. Kind of excited to talk about it, right? So firstly is they've kind of changed some stuff since the last few days. They've kind of leaned more in towards the Tristan being revealed. We kind of already know it's him through leaks, and to be fair, we knew it was him before any leaks months ago, because it was obviously he's going to reach during this spot, right? But yeah, they kind of changed all like the banners to fallen stars. Notice though how they're all light type. Just something I want to point out a little bit. We got this D3 teaser, which didn't really give much away, kind of the same thing, right? But then we got this one, almost saying what attribute is this new character going to be. And remember guys, we talked about it in my last video. Every single year, basically, we get something new, whether that be the first Hollywood banner, the first dark type attribute, talents, UR characters, dual characters, right? You always do something new towards the end of the year. Most of the time it is for the December festival, but sometimes it does trickle over, like how we got Lancelot last year for the first talent. So the November Festival is kind of important too, right? Because they do typically get that special new thing, wherever it be at the end of the year, right? And we did speculate last video that the special thing this year might be the fact that we're now getting some LR characters, which is looking like not to be the case actually. So now that brings the question, well, what is that new gimmick? What is that new thing that's going to bring towards these new festivals? So this could be the teaser, and it's kind of hinted a little bit, and we kind of spoke about it, I guess, ever since the conception of Tristan coming towards the game, that being the first dark and light type attribute. It's something all of us Grand Cross content creators have done for clickbait because it looks cool, right? I mean, if someone's going to have dark and light, it's going to be Tristan, right? And that may be the case. We'll go through some more leaks later on, and this may have been hinting towards it. There's some more theories to get to later on, so let's just kind of move on. To kind of go through some comments, this one was actually kind of a good idea. Is he got type advantage against every type in? But it wouldn't be the best way to do it, and you wouldn't kind of tease that, right? And we kind of already got now with Millen, and like lost thing with his ultimate, so it's not like the craziest thing a little bit. Also, is it possible that's a new type? Yes, in a way there is, but like I'm not too sure what type they could do, right? We already have, I mean, we look towards Origin, for example. Origin has all the same typings. There's one additional one being like physical, but I don't think we're going to get that in this game. I do wonder though, like what type could we get, and what type could that be for Tristan? Not entirely too sure. I feel like if anything, the only other type we could see come towards the game would be like Chaos type, which in a way would just be darkness in a way. So like, it's not the best thing. And also Tristan probably likely wouldn't have it. But of course, we do break the question, is he going to be dark and light? And I have a little theory that I want to talk about later on towards the end of the video, so we'll get towards that, right? Going towards the Reddit. Once again, new attribute or dual attribute. That's kind of the standard thing we have right now. One of my theories that I think we could have would be kind of cool a little bit is very much like Melee Ellie, where we have, you know, Melee Ellie right in the game, where if you on a full demon team, you get like a demon passive. If you're on a full goddess team, you get a goddess passive. Be kind of cool a little bit if you put in a full goddess team, you get goddess Tristan, and he's also in his obviously light type mode. But then if you put him into a demon team, or maybe in a 4 Knights team, he then turns towards a demon character. And not in the sense of how Melee Ellie work, where you get like a passive change. I'm talking about full-on character swap. You get your demon mode, you get different animations, you get different passives. Almost like two characters in one. That would be absolutely crazy, and I would kind of prefer to do that a little bit, because like the wait between Tristan, like, because look guys, we're not going to get Demon Tristan if it's like a standard solo character for like a year plus basically, right? Because of the way Grand Cross works, where you can only use one Tristan per team. So if they want to do 2 characters in one, very similar to what like Series of Origin is doing 3 characters in one, where you change the weapon, you get a whole different character. That would be kind of cool, right? And if we go back towards the leak we saw a few days ago, which was obviously leaked through, I guess, Grand Cross, like promotional stuff, we got the official like reveal of the logo for this actual event, the Apocalypse Festival, and they do show light and dark. So once again, that could just be the attribute. But then again, it is just Tristan. Tristan symbolizes the light and dark anyway, so it could just be a normal thing. I'm definitely curious a little bit that like the Fallen Stars is purple, like one of them. Could just be like a, you know, art choice a little bit, but also I don't think he does that mode, that like form, like ability in that demon mode. I'm not entirely too sure. But if you go back once again towards obviously Alexis, he does say notice how the logo shows both dark and light colors, and at this point it's already a dead giveaway. It's Tristan, so he might have been hinting the fact that he is going to be a dual type character, and now that we've seen this, that very well might be the case, boys. Also, to follow up a little bit that we spoke about early on, we thought that Tristan might be an LR character, but Alexis did confirm the new festival is UR, so like I said, it likely means that this new gimmick of whatever we're getting for this year is not going to be the fact it's going to be an LR summonable character. But then again, if he was an LR summonable character, you likely wasn't going to summon him as an LR. He would likely be a UR that you then get free currency to upgrade him to LR, right? Technically, it wouldn't be a summonable LR. He would just have the LR available on launch. But once again, we're going to go towards new leaks. The free LRs, yes, guys, there's free LRs, not 2 that we thought from last video. There's actually 3, and apparently all 3 of them appear as final bosses. So that once again does confirm that the new Tristan's not going to be LR. So like the new gimmick of whatever he's going to have might be that dual typing. But if you go towards Speculating, he made a little tier list, a little bit of all the characters that have appeared as final bosses. Of course, a few of them have already gone LRs, like Galen, for example, and you know, Barn. So obviously not going to include them, but just like every final bosses. So once again, it could just be random in a way. Like it could just be Demon Henriksen, it could be Elaine, it could be Demon Chandler, who knows. But if they want to follow a certain theme of like getting 3 characters that will have an LR, there's a few of them, right? So you have the trio of troublemakers, right? It is obviously Hauser, Guildfund, and Griamore. Getting 3 of those as LRs, would that fit the theme of like this anniversary, other than being it's kind of cool to get all 3 together? Kind of in a way, right? Because is it? I don't know. I don't know. I genuinely don't know what to say like for these characters, right? Like there's also Taizo, Twigo, and also Wallio, which once again, do they fit that theme of being 4 nights Tristan anniversary a little bit? Maybe it's just being cool that you're getting, hey, here's 3 LRs, and since they are SRs, it'd be kind of cool. And once again, I'm assuming they're going to give some more resources out a little bit. They can also be their own team. So if they, like, imagine we're running a forward triple like team of LRs with these characters. Might not be the greatest. So you might lean more towards the Holy Knights a little bit. They can also do the Archangels. So Sario, Tamiel, and also Luducio. Of course, we've already got Luducio, Margaret. But you can imagine, once again, this will likely fit a bit more because we've already gotten, well, we're going to be getting Tristan, who's a goddess character. So if we just get 3 LRs to support him, you kind of pick and choose what you want. That would be kind of cool as well. There's also, I guess, some commandments. And we've already gotten Galland. So I think there was leaks that we went to get Melascula. So maybe Melascula, like Deria and Monspeed. Maybe. If you compare it towards like 4 Nights. I mean, I guess Melascula does show up, but that's not going to be like a Chaos form, right? So, yeah, I mean, I can't really tell you what exactly it's going to be. Pick and choose, boys. Reading through some comments, Luducio, Sario, Tamiel is kind of probably likely the ones I'm going towards just because they kind of fit that theme of being a goddess that would probably coincide with the new character. Obviously, Luda does have an LR, but that is the actual female version of Margaret, so maybe it's just the number one. Like I did say, it could be completely random where it's Elizabeth, it's Elaine, and then maybe Chandler, who you've got on Cusack already. We'll have to wait and see, but it's kind of exciting a little bit. We're getting 3 LRs to drop a little bit. It's kind of crazy because that's basically 4 new characters for this actual anniversary, which hopefully they give out some coins. I have 100 coins that can make 1, but if we're getting 3 LRs, you've got to expect at least 1 to be free, basically, right? I would love Gila, but at this point, just give me Demon Gila. Or Jericho. I think my pick that I would love would be Jericho. But then again, just give me 4 Nights Jericho, you know what I mean? Like, we know the model's ready from Origin. Just port that over, bro. But then we get a big leak. So I think this is not beta leaks, this is apparently official leaks a little bit. And I think this happened a little bit before with Scold. So let's see what it says. 6.6 anniversary update festival, or update has been leaked. The 6.6 anniversary Apocalypse Festival Inheritance of Light and Darkness. 4 Nights Tristan appears. 6.65 anniversary selectable survey gacha and selectable survey power-up gacha now available. Wonder what that is. Guys, remember the, what was it called? What was the bar? Was it? I forgot the name now. There was like during the second anniversary, we got the like Fever like banner where like you summon for the new character and then you got some free points towards like a free banner that was kind of crazy. Whatever happened to that? Why have they not returned it? It probably asked now a little bit depending on what they put on it, but back then it was kind of crazy. So festival login, special missions underway, character experience story held. The one who embraces light and darkness is here, which is obviously towards Tristan, not the one Escanor, right? When I first read that, I thought, wait, hang on, is that the one Escanor? But once again, the wording of, you know, the one who embraces light and darkness. And then we go towards this as well. We're seeing this too. Hey, he actually might be light and dark, boys. Like, it might not be a meme. And then in terms of like the other events, this is kind of the same thing we've seen already. So like nothing too new here, but that is just some food for thought a little bit. I think this might have confirmed he might be light and dark. Then we got the banner, which looks absolutely crazy if this is going to be. Obviously, it's not been confirmed, so give it with some, you know, give or take a few or one or two characters. But yeah, very good banner. You have, of course, Tristan. Probably likely not going to be in LRS, a little bit outdated, but the fact that we're going to have like King of the Yans can be insane as well. Melly Ellie. Granted, probably going to get replaced 1 month later, so not too crazy, but getting them duped out is cool a little bit, especially if you haven't seen the ultimate. When you get 6/6, you do get different little effects in the ultimate. It's kind of cool. First time AO's returned, I think, right? I almost want to say yes, so getting more dupes for him is kind of cool, because I think you want to get him towards 2/6. Lancelot, I mean, a little bit outdated now, but hopefully with Tristan coming out, you're going to get some new Fortnite support, and maybe part 2 might be Donnie coming to the game finally, so you might get some more love towards him. But I do expect him to get an LR towards the release of Gawain. Then we get Subnac, not the greatest one, but it is what it is. In terms of filler though, standard SRs or like festivals, not too excited unless they make like light this list here you are, but they're probably not going to do that, so nothing too crazy. I guess the only good one is, of course, Berserk Melly, but this is going towards like standard SSRs. Berserk Melly, getting him duped out would be good, because he obviously only returned once. This is, or only came out once with his standard banner. This is the first time he's returning. The School Academy Hell is returned a few times now, to be fair, but hey, we're not going to complain. Freya, I think, returned a few times. Same with Tyr, but these are all like characters released during the year. Kind of going through all of them basically at the bottom. So like, it's not too bad, right? These like characters you haven't gotten duped out, characters you probably likely haven't gotten. So getting them all duped out is not the worst thing. So more so, if you put a character in this banner, other than it being like one of these standard festivals, you're probably getting something decent, right? Even like the URs are all still good. Like, I don't think I have Subnac even max dupe yet. So like, you're not going to feel too bad about summoning. This obviously was a vote banner. The November banners are typically some of the best banners of the year. But of course, that's intentional because they want you to summon. So then in 1 month later, when we do get the new Broken Melly, which we'll talk about when it gets closer towards that day, he's you're kind of broke and you have to do someone on that banner, like spend more money, and then we get a collaboration in January. Yeah, they know what they're doing, right? Which I will say, by the way, guys, I don't think we're going to get a collab in January, because the day we get a collaboration is January 28th, I think, around that time, and that's the day Origin's coming out. So our collab might not be a collab with an anime, it might be a collab with Origin. Just something to talk about. I'll probably make a video closer towards then. So yeah, guys, there's always to talk about for the Tristan reveal. Do remember, I did make a video a while ago about how Tristan would play indoors the game, so I'll put it on screen now in probably the top right, so you can click on it and watch that video to kind of get the hype a little bit about how you could play in game. Of course, I do think he's going to act a lot differently. Once again, the new gimmick, I'm still wondering what it could be, right? It could just be the fact that he's light and dark. I still want to see how they're going to incorporate his demon mode, right? Because, like I did say, his demon mode and goddess mode, they deserve to be 2 different characters because of how much he's done, right? But then once again, how long is the wait for that second character of Tristan? You know, it will be a very long time. So I do wonder if they're going to make him a transforming character, if they're going to make it, like I said earlier at the start of the video, where if you put him in a darkness team or a demon team, you then change the model, you then change the skills, you get a whole different character, very similar towards how it works in Origin. A 2-character one, if it will, right? So that is, yeah, I'm looking forward to, man. Cannot wait. We'll be reacting tomorrow. I love Tristan, bro. His actual Fortnite style is so peak. I'm finally so glad that we can move on from this little kid Tristan. Absolute freak. So guys, thank you for watching, and yeah.